what's poppin', y'all? They're trying to compare J. Cole to CENAT with these performative allegations, and we're going to have to really dive a little deep to see, is this true or not? This all started with J. Cole, of course, releasing his most recent album, and then he goes on to tweet the following. Man, thank y'all for the love. For real. Yesterday I had daddy duties that came before album release celebrations. Today I got my old Civic with the brand new engine, a tour bus, and some sprinters. In the trunk of my car is boxes of the Fall Off CDs. As a teenager, I had copies of the Vietnam Boma's album that Nervous gave me to sell. I used to go up to the gas stations trying to sell the album to strangers. Yo, you like hip-hop? Was the beginning of the sales pitch. When I was working on this album, I had the desire to go feel that feeling again, and that's what I'm about to do. Trunk Sale Tour 26. I don't know where we about to drive to, but catch me outside. Cop a CD from me or just show love. I truly appreciate all the love and the reaction to the music. And he would go on and say, damn, just made my first hand-to-hand sales for the Fall Off. And What's the Dirt would reply to a quote saying, there's nothing about J. Cole that seems fake or forced. There's nothing that comes off as performative about him whatsoever. This is who he is. He was a multimillionaire living in a one-bedroom apartment in New York in 2014. LOL, he's just cool as F. And if we really think about it, why would he need more than a one-bedroom apartment? I don't know if he had like his girl, wife situation at that point, but he was really, really up in that situation. And J. Cole would go on to tweet, NCANT, first time I ever sold a physical version of my own full project was on your campus during homecoming. We sold the Come Up for $1 out the trunk of this car. I'm about to drive to Greensboro right now to see if I can sell a couple copies of the Fall Off tonight. Full circle. And then you've got, I'm going to play you guys two different clips. The first clip is him talking to the fans on campus. And the second one is him selling CDs at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill.
So first, hold on. First thing we want to do, go to the most open space we can, slowly, calmly. I swear to God, I'll walk by, shake everybody's hand, but we got to be calm. Y'all got to set the tone for these people coming. They so hyped right now. I get it. Right. So if y'all can calmly, even y'all being calm right now, they walking up wondering why it's so calm. Please stay calm. This shit too crazy. Yeah, we got crazy, bro. I was at Carolina. It ain't look like this. Hey, you right here, bro.
So just off of this is really important because you got to take note. J. Cole is in his 40s. J. Cole took off in 2009, 2010, 2011. I mean, his first mixtape was 2008, I think. These are college students on campus. Now, of course, there are some older people that pulled up because they knew that he was going to be there. But this is a completely different generation. Like, there are people here that were born in 2008 that get this. When J. Cole dropped his first mixtape, there are people at this campus in 2026 that were born in 2007, 2008. And the reason why I think this is so magical is because J. Cole, I would say Drake, and even a Kendrick, even a Ye, for instance, they have, and I don't want to take credit away from them, but they've been blessed to have multi-generational fan bases, which is they're not just stuck with, who listens, like T.I., with all due respect, T.I. is stuck with a generation. The new Young Bucks, they're not listening to new T.I. They don't care what new T.I. is. Maybe they're listening to, you can have whatever you like. Back in the day, they're like, yeah, that was one of the hits in the 2000s, but they're not checking for new T.I. With Young Thug hasn't been in the game for long enough, but I think they are because they're just listening to Young Thug clones. But my point is that if you're a college student right now, you're looking at the biggest artist, one of the biggest artists in the game, and he's coming to your college to sign a CD. Maybe you're a fan of him. Maybe you're a casual. Do you think that this person's going to stop being a fan of J. Cole? This is going to be one of the highlights of their moment. Like, this guy didn't have to come to my college, and now you get to experience damn near a superstar over there. And this is something that you can't put a price tag on. It's something that people never forget, and it's also why J. Cole constantly sells tours, because he started like this. So the beginning of his career was people like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It was college kids. And now, 17 years later, 15 to 17 years later, all those college kids graduated, got families, all of this other stuff, and they have more buying power. And they're going to keep spending it with who? J. Cole. J. Cole was formative. The music that he made was at a formative period of their life. He met up with them. He made it easy and accessible for them to meet him, for them to buy his music, the Dollar in a Dream tour, for them to show up to his tour. And they're going to keep returning that. And then now, he's doing it again as an adult, so breeding this new generation once again from the start. And it's different from somebody building up, because now he's a superstar coming back and doing this. And I don't think that's talked about enough. Now, another one, which is him just with random fans. So it's not just, oh, I'm just strategically trying to gain this new fan base that are younger and cultivate them so I can have a longer career. No, he's meeting up with everybody. Here's another clip I'm going to play you guys right now.
Oh, 26, 26.
I can sign it too if you want.
Oh, yeah. Corey,
Okay, 2?
get 2, yeah.
Oh, y'all testing my skills right now. Hold up. I like that. Okay. Check out with 2 items. Charge $55.01.
Yeah.
Tap to pay on iPhone. Boom.
Now 190.
Oh!
You did it?
Processing. Ooh.
Yeah.
Would you like me to text or email your receipt?
Text it.
All right. Ooh. Okay, let me sign. You want me to sign both?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You ain't trying to buy a CD?
So, what's going on with the
So the festival, it was a lot. We still like, it was a lot
We
to.
cooking up an idea.
Yeah, we cooking up an idea, but it was a lot.
Is it going to be here in Raleigh?
Yeah, it would still be staying in Raleigh, but it was just a lot.
Cooking up an idea.
Yeah, we
Okay,
cooking
all
up
right,
something.
all right.
It ain't over.
We waiting patiently.
What you think about the name though? Like,
Dream.
we was trying to change the name, maybe like call it something else, boom, boom, boom. Or do you feel like it'll hit different if it's a different name? Or do you feel like it's still
it is? Yeah.
I got to think on that.
All right. Just one? Man, thank y'all. My second
Thank
and third
you.
sale, man. Thank y'all.
Y'all get ready to go in this mall?
Yeah. Bad idea.
No.
If we get
Gotta get mobbed.
Right, exactly.
Appreciate it.
Man, thank you.
All right, thank y'all.
I appreciate you.
Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah. Take care. Y'all be safe.
So here he's signing a CD, and Academics says, shout out to J. Cole, going city to city to sell his album himself. Performative, yes. No, this is not performative. I will not accept performative being used with J. Cole whatsoever, ever, under any scenario. But, well, the only thing you could say is performative is him probably trying to hop in that beef with Drake and Kendrick. That's the only performative thing he's ever done. But if you remember his come up, A Dollar in a Dream tours, that was his philosophy. His album is a conclusion of a journey for his true fans. I respect it. And then somebody says, Cole is a millionaire rapper with his own label. He's not an upcoming artist who doesn't have a contract and has to sell his CDs. It's performative, but it's allowable because this is his final album, ending his career the way he started it, selling those early mixtapes. No, I don't think this is necessarily... This is the problem. Yeah, what is he supposed to do? Do the same marketing method that every single other rapper is doing? You can't just keep throwing it at something. Like, the competition comes from finding creative new ways to keep your fan base attached to you. And I think J. Cole loves this. That's the thing. And another person would reply and say, co-founder AudioMac, would say, some artists refuse to post more than once to their socials to market a new album, but wonder why they can't sell hard tickets. J. Cole has done IRL promotion his entire career and built loyalty as a result. This is not performative. It is consistent behavior repeated over time. And then the same person replies, he's always been driving around in an '05 Civic and selling CDs. People don't even have CD players no more. This is such a narrow-minded way of thinking. Yeah, the majority of people don't have record players, but vinyl sales are up. People want physical things. It means something to them. When everything is on Spotify, it's nothing tangible to them, especially if an album made them feel a certain way. People will buy posters. People will buy merchandise. All this stuff is still selling, and it's up. Promotion on 2026 isn't the same as 2009. It's performative. Drake bought a Mazda and was handing CDs for free like it's '06. Y'all would crucify him. Yeah, because Drake is a completely different personality. I'll give you guys a better example than Drake. Who do we know for luxury, Santorini, all of these different locations, the plush seats? Rick Ross. If Rick Ross hops in a Mazda, we are laughing. We are bursting out laughing. Oreo O's or Cheerios are flying across the room, milk splattered everywhere. Pause on that. Because we're looking at it like, Rick Ross, come on. When was the last time we saw you without shades or a chain? Let's be real here. Now, Drake would get it as well, but Rick Ross? Come on. And Drake lives in a $100 million custom mansion that he made with an architecture. It doesn't fit his personality. If Kendrick Lamar did it, it would be less so, but it would be a little bit divisive because Kendrick is kind of performative to this regard. Like J. Cole, this guy was riding a bicycle around in New York City. Not because he's like, yo, I want y'all to catch me riding a bike. I genuinely believe that this guy is normal and he just enjoys doing normal stuff. And he doesn't want celebrity and he doesn't want fame, and he's still so appreciative that he's able to have it. And you also got to take into consideration the reflection of J. Cole's fans on him. Like, when are J. Cole fans spewing hate, vitriol? When you see him at the Chapel Hill and doing that meetup, do you see how they're listening to him? How organized they are? When he tells them to calm down, how calm they are? Despite the fact that they're meeting somebody that's probably had a profound impact, or his work has had a profound impact on their life. That's a reflection of what J. Cole has cultivated for 15 plus years. And there would be another reply where he says, vinyl sales in the U.S. saw gains for the 19th consecutive year in 2025. But statistics show that about half of all vinyl buyers don't even own a record player. Like I said, it isn't about playing the music on alternative formats. It's about supporting the artist. I don't even think it's about supporting the artist. I think it's about having something tangible to signify and whatever emotion or whatever feeling that was created for you by that product. And just having it digitally, even if you should have a digital version of it and not one that's attached to the streaming platforms because they can take it off at any moment in time, it just doesn't hit the same as holding something. That's also why like Polaroids are really popular. Like you're not buying a Polaroid and taking Polaroids to support the company. You want to have a physical photo that you can hold in your hand. And another person would go on to say, J. Cole annoys me with this I'm still just a common man-ish. I hate when people gentrify the struggle. Now you have CDs inside the trunk of your old Civic and you go and drive around on the grind? Dog, you rich. Stop this. And I replied and I said, J. Cole is the common man. Like, there's no better representation. He's more common than the common man. He said, and I said, when was the last time we seen him in the club? When was the last time we seen him at an award show? When was the last time we seen him at some sports game? He's not struggling financially and doesn't pretend to be, but he is more common than most of us. Also, if you guys recall, there was a big J. Cole fan, and she was saying like, oh, J. Cole, like if I graduate, will you come to my graduation? He said yes. Years later, he pulls up to the chick's graduation. J. Cole's not taking flicks there. The chick is taking the photo herself with J. Cole. She posts it, and it gets reposted everywhere. What gain do you think J. Cole has for doing something like that? Nothing. He didn't have any music to drop. This was in between when he was dropping music. He just did that just to do that. And we saw him randomly at this beach. I think after he bowed out of the Kendrick Drake beef, he was just at some beach with like a bunch of rocks hiking, and people just noticed him there. And what I will say is the last time that we saw, and I think this was the moment of realization, and J. Cole has rapped about this. I don't know if it was this exact moment, but he's rapped about this realization where he was like, what the hell am I doing trying to play this game? And it was at the BET Awards in 2013 when he was wearing that yellow Versace sweater with the shades and a huge, I don't know if this was a Cuban link, I don't know, jewelry. I don't have any jewelry. And I'm going to show you guys that photo right now. This was the moment because DJ Drama was wearing the same exact thing and Brandon Jackson was wearing the same exact thing too. There's this, everybody wore this shirt. So I think in the 2013 BET Awards, J. Cole was like, what the hell am I doing? And after this, we never saw him moving like this. And this is when 2014 Forest Hills Drive came out. I think this is when he moved to New York. And I wouldn't say we saw a different J. Cole. J. Cole just reverted to who he always was and realized like, yo, this flashy rapper lifestyle chains thing, I look like, it's not that he looks like a goofy. I think he just thought overall it was goofy. He's like, yo, I'm pulling up in a nice shirt that everyone else is wearing too. And this is just not me. And he went back and reverted to his regular self. The problem is a lot of rappers build an identity and then they become slaves to that identity. And they have to constantly act like the person that they are not. And that's fine to put on a performance because, listen, these guys are performers. But J. Cole has actually been able to pull out of being a performer. If you want to talk about performative, that's a Drake putting on different accents. And that's a performance, which I think is great because he's dropped some great music out of it. But let's be real here. Or Kendrick has done a lot of performative things. But J. Cole, if everything you've done for over a decade is consistent, and then there was a minor, maybe 1 year span where he was moving like a flashy rapper, what is more likely? That he's acting normal and lowering his lifestyle, or that this is just him? We should give him some credit and say that this is just him. There's no better evidence. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see you on the next one.